Good morning and welcome to Keyworker Training. This is Jean Belmonte with Pengood, and I'm so looking forward to this morning's training and your role as a key worker. So the 2019 Combined Federal Campaign is going to kick off in September, and I thank you for attending. At the end of this 45-minute program that we have together, you'll be ready to be a CFC superhero. So this year, you and thousands of key workers like you will inspire your colleagues to show some love to their favorite charitable causes and raise millions of dollars for those in need. So this is a professional development opportunity where you will be the CFC representative for your office or unit and the primary point of contact for CFC information and motivation for increasing your visibility and positively impacting a charity supported through CFC. Now, I'd like you to remember that this training material is available on your zone's website, and also we've included it as a handout. So at any time, you can review this information. Now, we also have a chat area, and we invite you to use that. So please be active with our chat and questions, and we will support you that way as well as we continue this training. So here is what we're going to cover today. We're on slide 2. We will talk a bit about the CFC, then address your specific role and responsibilities as a key worker, including step 4, making a pledge online. I will talk you through all the tools and resources that we have available to help you. And so now on the next slide, we will see how the campaign works for you, the campaign worker. So the CFC is a federal tradition that facilitates charitable giving within all federal workplaces. The CFC has been around for 58 years and has generated more than $8.3 billion in pledges. This never would have happened without the dedication of campaign workers like you. The CFC itself is divided into 36 regional zones. So this is a brief overview of how the CFC works for campaign workers. First, you prepare for your role, and a part of what you're doing right now, today, in training. Then, you also think about your cause. What makes your heart sing for these charities? And then making your pledge before asking other people to give. Then, you inspire your coworkers to give. You will promote the campaign and plan and participate fun events, involve the CFC participating charities, and personally ask your coworkers to make a pledge. Your efforts will bring help and hope to millions of people as monetary and volunteer pledges support thousands of participating charities. Now next we will move on to slide number 4 and how the CFC works for donors. So essentially, the federal employees and retirees choose a cause that they care about and find a CFC participating charity working in that cause area. Then they make a pledge using the online portal or a paper pledge form. They can choose to give via payroll or annuity allotment. They can use a bank account or use credit or debit cards. Federal employees can even volunteer. All pledge funds are collected by the Central Campaign Administrator and distributed to the charities throughout the year. Charities use these funds to provide their services and make a difference in our local community, across the nation, and even around the world. So the next slide is number 5, and this is a really good graph for you to look at. So let's talk about who can give through the CFC. So the CFC is a federal program designed to promote and support philanthropy by offering members of the federal community an effective and cost-effective way to improve the quality of life for all. In this chart, you can see the primary audience for the CFC is federal employees and retirees. Federal contractors are also allowed to give as they are often in your office and unit and may want to participate. But note, their options are more limited. They cannot give via payroll or annuity deductions like federal employees and retirees. Everyone can give using a bank account or a credit debit card using the online pledge system, or they can write a check with a paper pledge form. Federal employees also have the opportunity to pledge volunteer hours with the CFC and the participating charities. So we encourage you to refer to this handy chart to help you answer questions from your coworkers. And once again, we've attached this as a handout for you in this presentation, and it's available on your local zone website. So moving on to our next slide, this is a brief overview of how the CFC works for the charities. The CFC groups charities into 3 categories. So there's local, national, and international. Each year, the charities apply to be included in the campaign. Members of the federal government review these applications to ensure the charities meet the requirements. The vetted and approved charities can then be included in the charity list for that year. As a participating charity, they can attend events, provide success stories and examples of the impact federal employees can have, and share a video for the virtual charity fair. I will show you where you can find the virtual charity fair later when we tour the website. CFC charities love the campaign because it gives them access to millions of potential donors in the federal community, and also unrestricted source of funding that they count on throughout the year. So the campaign video for slide number 7, we want to let you know that this is available for you. So for participants who enjoy watching videos, this can be found on your home page of your zone website. And it shows you what the CFC is all about. And you can show this to your coworkers as well. It's a nice, short, brief video that you and your coworkers can enjoy at any time. And it's available on your website, and you can see the link in this site drawing on your web. So now we're moving on to slide number 8, and we're switching gears. Now we're switching gears a little bit, and it's time for you to think about a cause that's important to you. Maybe you care about youth sports or literacy, supporting military families, providing homes for the homeless, or finding homes for shelter dogs and cats. What comes to mind? Write it down. Now you can download and print a blank sketchboard found through a link on your zone's website homepage. And then you can have fun by drawing out your cause or inserting illustrations that are also found on your website. You don't have to be an artist. A stick figure drawing will do. These sketchboards can help you tell your story of what's important to you. And once again, links to pre-drawn illustrations are available on your zone's website. So moving on to our next slide, number 9. Now I want to talk to you about why the CFC is important. This campaign has some very special advantages. As a key worker, it's really important for you to share this information with members of your office and unit. I'm going to give you 6 great reasons why people should choose to give through the CFC. First, the hard work is already done. All of the charities participating in the campaign have applied, been reviewed and vetted, and approved to participate. All you have to do is find the one charity whose mission aligns with the cause that you are passionate about supporting. The next slide, number 10. Second, it's very convenient, especially to give via payroll allotment. You can set up your pledge once a year, and then rest assured that for the course of the year, your dollars are going to the charities you selected. This lets you spread your gift over the course of the year and give a little each pay period, which can add up to a significant amount at the end of the year. Number 3, you get to choose your favorite charities. There are thousands of charities to choose from, working in all kinds of different cause areas. So there is something for everyone, and you can choose as many as you want. Again, set up your pledge once a year, and then everything is automated. Number 4, it is easy to renew when you use the online pledge system. Your pledge is saved year over year, and you can simply reload your gift basket, which is a new feature for 2019. You can log on anytime to print a copy of your pledge for taxes and to watch your funds being distributed to your charities throughout the year. Moving on to slide number 13 is number 5. Federal employees can even volunteer to CFC participating charities that accept volunteer hours. This allows people to give their time and talent in addition to their money. Now, this impact of this campaign is so large. Last year, all the CFC zones combined raised over $92 million, and it benefited thousands of charities. So the work that each one of you do is so critically important. So now we are on slide 15, and we have some pretty big plans for 2019 campaign, starting with the theme, which evolves the popular Show Some Love campaign theme from previous years through the addition of several new colors. So once you're into your website, you'll see colors of turquoise and yellow and magenta. And you can have fun illustrating and using those illustrations to make cause boards. So I will be showing you more examples of materials through the presentation, and you can always find all of your materials on your local website. So now we are looking at Cause of the Week calendar on the next slide. This is another important aspect of the 2019 campaign, is our plan to highlight a Cause of the Week. This is the Cause of the Week schedule, and we have a whole toolkit filled with resources to help you promote the Cause of the Week in your agencies. This calendar and more information on the Cause of the Week can be found on your zone website. So what do we do next? What about your roles and responsibilities? Well, there's a checklist for you that outlines 8 things that you'll be doing as a key worker. On slide number 18 is that checklist, and as you can see, it outlines these 8 main things that you're responsible to do as a key worker. You can go ahead and check off the first thing right now, which is training. Your campaign coordinator, that may also be called a campaign manager, will let you know where and how to pick up materials and other supplies. There are several ideas here of how to publicize the campaign, and I will be showing some of the tools that you can use that are available. We will also review the online pledge system, and we will look at a paper pledge form. We will also spend some time practicing how to talk with your coworkers about the CFC. And finally, how to follow up, collect the pledge forms, and thank your coworkers for participating. For each item on your checklist, I will talk to you about these tools and resources that you have at your fingertips on the website. So step number 1, preparing for your role. So you will, as you are doing now, attending the training, and once again, this is available via the handout that we sent to you and also on your zone website. And there's also on the website a Keyworker checklist that you can print out for your desktop, and also a Keyworker guide, besides many other resources. So the next step is to develop your plan and get the materials. So see slide number 20 with the list of what's available for you. So you will see paper pledge forms on this list, the charity list, which is soon to come, donor response card, donor event cards, the sketch cards, thank you cards, posters, and barometer posters. And on this list, you'll see that some of them are highlighted in yellow, and that means that your zone has decided to have these pre-printed. So you can contact your local outreach coordinator to get the pre-printed materials, and also you can print these off of your desktop as well, because they will become available on the website. The next step, slide number 21, is to publicize the campaign, and this is fun. This is when you have the opportunity to get those posters, the general posters and the barometer posters, and put them everywhere that you have permission to do so. And change the location often to keep it fresh. So maybe one week they're in the elevators if you have permission to do so, and maybe the other week they're in the hallways. Wherever you receive permission, rotate them through those locations. Then there are table tents. You can move them around too and use them for events. We also have, for your ease and convenience, pre-written communication materials, and these include emails, and they can really help you promote the program efficiently. All that heavy lifting has been done. Plus, you can also have fun liking and commenting on social media posts. If you're active on Facebook and Twitter, you will thoroughly enjoy that feature and be able to share it with your friends. And there's also success stories and the virtual charity fair that will be coming up as well. And this is a way to keep the CFC fresh in the minds of your coworkers. So now we move on to page number 22, and this is how you'll practice giving. The website for giving, you have a link on your own website as well, or you can type in opm.gov/show-some-love-CFC. That way, you can go to a website which is operated by Give Back Foundation, and it's the Central Campaign Administrator. Right now, they have still their older information on there because September 9th is when the kickoff begins officially, when this portal opens for the new year. So these are the folks that you'll want to get in contact with whenever you and your coworkers have questions about giving online. Those are the specialists. Their number is 1-800-797-0098. And you can also send them an email via their website. So the Central Campaign Administrator is going to be a very frequently used go-to resource for you. Now next, it brings us to making the ask. Slide number 23. This is your number one responsibility as a key worker, offering every federal employee the informed opportunity to give through the CFC is a regulatory requirement. And personally, taking the time to talk with your coworkers and ask them is the best way to do this. So you might be wondering, well, what's my story? Well, remember earlier when we switched gears and reviewed the sketchboard, and then you wrote down your favorite cause? Well, that's your story. So here's an example. My cause is education. That's what I'm passionate about. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward and from the heart, and you can share that. So then when you want to talk about why the CFC is great, and we have tools to help you do that, you can also use a new one called the response card. And on this screen, you'll see one side of it as well. So you can print these off from the website and use them as a prompt with your coworkers to show them the 6 wonderful reasons why to give through the CFC. You can ask them about their favorite cause and then show them how to use the online charity search to find participating causes that resonate with them. Then you'll have to make the ask. Just say, will you consider making a pledge this year? Because every bit helps. You can let them know that the back of the response card is their opportunity, if they choose, to let you know what they decided. And don't forget to thank them. We all like to be appreciated for what we do. So consider always keeping thank you cards handy for you and a quick email to send to them to thank you for considering to pledge through the CFC. So number 6 is following up. We know that we're so busy with work, and so are your coworkers. And so we're on slide number 24. So after making the ask, do follow up with them at least 4 to 6 times. That's what it usually takes because our lives are busy at work. So you can go around physically and ask them one-on-one, do they have any more questions and do they need assistance? You can have fun and use your sketch cards and sketch boards to make a cause wall in your office and unit. That's a fun way to remind folks about the CFC. Once again, you can use reminder emails, and you can hold and participate in fun CFC events. So then we move on to another crucial part, is collecting the pledge forms. So collecting the pledge forms, for those that want to do that, is a very important part of your role. It's your responsibility to collect them and to check for errors and to pass them off to your campaign manager or your campaign coordinator. So there are some things that you want to look for when you receive these forms. First, that the CFC unit code and the zip code for your office and unit are correct. Next, the reporting unit information, make sure it's filled out and correct. And Social Security number, that's provided for payroll pledge deduction. Now, there are additional pledge form types out there, and they're available on your website, and you'll see them as well. So there's a general federal employee pledge form, which is this example here, but there is also a retiree pledge form and a U.S. Postal Service pledge form. And the difference with the U.S. Postal pledge form is that they can put in an EIN number instead of a Social Security number. Another piece to look for, D as in dog, you'll see that on our screen, is the total gift and charity designation amounts should match. So just a little simple math to watch out for that. And also for E, authorization portion is signed, so it needs to be signed. And finally, as in F as in Frank, the funds must be designated using a 5-digit code. That is the charity code. So you will have a great time handing out these forms if people want them. Most folks will be pledging online, yet if they need and desire to use a pledge form instead, as I mentioned, they are available online on your website and through your local campaign coordinator. And then step number 8, expressing gratitude. Always thank everyone for their time and for considering a donation through the CFC. You can use the pre-printed thank you cards or download them and print them from the website and personalize your thank you notes by writing a handwritten note on the back. And just a few other things to be mindful of to make this just a great campaign. Be sure to keep your leadership informed and involved, but don't provide a list of givers or non-givers. Second, promote voluntary giving, but no coercion. And finally, encourage causes. Do not promote individual charities. So let's talk about what is next. So you are ready to go and see the tools that you have available for you. So now we're on slide 29 that has a wonderful list of the different tools that are being uploaded to your zone's website as they become available. So I'm going to do a quick review of them. There are 4 categories of materials that you can use during the campaign. You'll see training resources, which we've started to share, donor materials, publicity materials, and toolkits. Those are the big buckets that you can choose from. So let's start with our training resources. Obviously, you're attending today's training, which is great. But are you going to be able to remember quite everything? This is a lot of information. So I remind you that you can go back online and look at the Keyworker guide. That is another resource for you. You can read it online or you can download it. Now there's also a video that you can watch as a reminder of how to make the ask. We also have a complete event guide in case you want to hold a CFC event in your office. These are wonderful resources that are available to you at any time of the day. So the next category is donor material. This includes material you will be providing to your coworkers, including the response card, and thank you card I showed you, and the sketchboard as well that we discussed. So publicity materials are included that will help you promote the campaign as well. And finally, the additional tools are toolkits. They will be coming online as well on your zone's website, and they will have social media posts, activity ideas, and templates to help you kick off the campaign. Is one of them that's called Start Strong Toolkit. You'll see that come online shortly. Then you can promote the Cause of the Week using Cause of the Week Toolkit. And there's also an event toolkit that you'll see coming online so you can create amazing campaign events. And also implement the CFC Spirit Week after Thanksgiving using the Spirit Week toolkit. And then you can push the campaign to a terrific conclusion with the Finish Strong toolkit. And then use, of course, the Thank You toolkit. So these are wonderful buckets of material that are coming online, and I encourage you to continue to return to your zone's website so that you can access these. Now, navigating your zone's website. So this is a picture of a general home page that you have here. And as you scroll down, you'll be able to see that there's a campaign video that you can click through as well. Now, navigating this website, we're on page 31. Underneath Campaign Workers, you can go ahead and click that, and you'll see an opportunity in the drop-down menu to go to Resources. It's the resource page where you'll have additional training materials, different categories listed. You'll see training materials, logos and templates, posters and flyers, emails and speeches, the toolkits that we just reviewed, and media and advertising. This area continues to be uploaded throughout the campaign, so keep an eye on it. It's just a terrific resource for you, and it'll get your creative juices flowing. So how to navigate the website to donor materials. And so when you look on your website, you'll see donors in the menu bar. The drop-down menu offers then campaign materials. You'll notice there are some additional links back to training resources and toolkits. And take a look for that. That will be something that when your donors, your coworkers go to, likely they'll drop down in the donor menu bar and look for resources there, and you can be familiar with them. Now, your local zone website, I've talked about that a lot, but just in case you haven't been to yours yet, see slide number 33 for a list. So here on this call today, we have 5 different zones represented. We have South Central Texas. So the website is southcentraltexascfc.org. We have Southeast Tri-State represented. Their website is SE, as in Southeast, tristatecfc.org. We also have represented Peach Belt. So the Peach Belt website is peachbeltcfc.org. And we also have Greater Tennessee Valley. That website is greatertennesseevalleycfc.org, completely spelled out. And finally, we also have represented here the Western Pennsylvania and West Virginia zone. Now there's some shorthands here. There's in the address is Western, then the letters PA, and then westvirginiacfc.org. So just in case you haven't been to them yet, the list is on page 33, and that is where all these wonderful resources are located. Now there's also social media sites. We are getting those links put together that are on the bottom of your zone website. So your zones are active in Facebook and Twitter. And if you are too, you'll have a really fun time liking and contributing to the conversation on social media. Now I mentioned earlier, and I refer now to page 35, the Central Campaign Administrator, the CCA. Now this information is also on your website under Help Desk, but I encourage you to keep this resource top of mind because the CCA can answer the questions about the donor portal, which is where the majority of your coworkers will be making their donations, is through the portal. And they'll be setting up an account, and they'll know about the payroll deductions and the pledging of the volunteers, the CCA will become one of your good support structures. So there's their 800 number at 800-797-0098, and through their website, you can email them as well. So once again, remember the Central Campaign Administrator for the most common questions, which will come, which are about the donor pledge portal. Now on the next page, on page 36, I mentioned the help desk that you'll use often as a key worker. Likely you'll be contacting the CFC support at pengood.com email, and that's the general one, CFC support at pengood.com email address, but there's also a unique one for each zone as well. And we will be there, and we are there for you to help you with organizing and sharing with you training times and locations, how to obtain the charity lists, which are being printed, and then attending events and activities and obtaining these wonderful marketing materials and supplies. So you as a key worker will be reaching out primarily through the Pengood help desk. And finally, the CFC key dates. This is early training, so you have plenty of time now to plan for what you want to do, because the opening of the event is officially on September 9th. That is when the online pledge portal opens. And another big giving opportunity that you'll see that we hear about often is Giving Tuesday. And this year that's on December 3rd. So think ahead. What do you want to do around Giving Tuesday to promote to your fellow coworkers? And during the same week is International Volunteer Day. So once again, there are two wonderful opportunities for people to be involved in the CFC that are coming down the road. And then the last day that the pledge portal is open is on January 12th, 2020. Connect with us. So thank you for your time, and thank you for everything that you do. Have a great day.